Hey, I'm Kai, and today I'm excited to be unboxing one of my absolute holy grail amps, and you already saw the title, so you know what this is. Let's get it unboxed. This is definitely not how you're supposed to open an amp. I did actually order a couple of little extra gubbins from Tom M while I was there, so let's get those out before we get into the amp. Firstly, I got a bunch of these noiseless springs. They seem like they're going to be pretty handy in the Schecter Nick Johnston. A Layla P-split, which is going to be good for stuff like NAM captures, Tonex captures, things like that. Also, just a couple of these cordial cables, just because I needed them. I also picked up the Behringer B906 microphone because I've had a couple of Behringer mics now that I've actually been super impressed with. And the final little extra bit that I got in this order is a T-tool from Harley Benton, which I think is going to be super handy. This one basically does all of the pots on guitars, pedals, that sort of thing. Just nice to have around. Now on to unboxing the amp. Instantly quite a nice touch. It comes in this sort of soft case gig bag kind of thing. Here we go. Here it is, the Victory Kraken MKII. Also, as you'd expect, in the bag we have storage for both of the foot switches that come with this amplifier. First one being the Crunch and Gain 1, Gain 2 switch, and the second switch here is a Master 1 and 2 solo switch. Let's quickly get a look at this one on the B cam because it just looks absolutely fantastic. I really like the sort of slate blue kind of colour they've got going on here. I'll also show the back just because. There we go, there's everything that's going on with this one. So some of you may know that I work for ML Sound Lab, and I've actually been there for 5 years now. My boss Miko recently reached out to me and asked what my dream amplifier would be. He said he was actually going to buy me my dream amplifier as a gift for being there for 5 years. We went through quite a long process trying to nail down exactly what would be the perfect amp for me. The Friedman BE100 was pretty high on the list, but since I have the Crab BE50 now, it felt like it was going to be surplus to requirement. I mean, obviously the Friedman BE100 should be an awful lot better than the Crab, but I wouldn't want to have to sell the Crab off just to get a new amp in. Other contenders included the Soldano Astro, the Diesel VH4, as well as the Engel Powerball 2. Ultimately, we settled on the Victory Kraken instead, and more specifically the Mark II version. The Gain 1 channel is based on a Marshall JCM 900, while the Gain 2 channel is based on the PV5150 block letter. Given that I've been a huge fan of Rabea and his tones for basically the whole time I've been playing guitar, I feel like this amp is a pretty safe bet for me. Also, given that Rabea has designed this with being able to take pedals in mind, I feel like that's a really nice touch for me especially. I've spoken to a few friends of mine about the differences between the Kraken Mark I and Mark II, and the Mark II version seemed to have enough features in it that it was worth the sort of £500-ish upcharge. The biggest one really is that the original doesn't have a presence control, while the Mark II does. The Mark II also has a bunch of other quality of life upgrades like a semi-dedicated clean channel. I'm going to get this one set up off camera and get some tones up and running with it. So one of the big things that swayed me towards going for the Mark II was the clean channel. I don't have the foot switches set up, so I can't assign them all to the different master volumes just yet, but we'll hear what this sounds like regardless. One thing I will say is that the gain knob is tied between the clean channel and the gain channel, so it does kind of affect both, but the clean still stays pretty clean. For the signal chain in this video, I'm running my PRS S2 into the Kraken Mark II, then out to the Sur reactive load, and from there I'm running into my DAW, where I'm loading up the ML Sound Lab Mega Oversized Cab Pack. For this tone, I've got a little bit of reverb set up on my pedal board from the UAFX Heavenly Plate. It's quite a dark sounding clean tone, at least in the way that I currently have it set up, and obviously I've only spent about 5 minutes with this amp. I'll check out the Gain 1 channel now, which is based on the JCM 900, and we'll start with the gain super low on this. I'm really enjoying the overall characteristic of that one. It's a little bit weak sounding, but I think we can boost the gain on this quite a lot and get something nice and aggressive going on. I've dialed the gain in just above noon, and we are now starting to get some of that super crunchy, martially kind of goodness. A lot of people say that this amp is noisy and needs a gate, but I've got no issues with noise whatsoever so far. The high gain channel on this, from what I've experienced, is an absolute fire breather, but we'll start with the gain nice and low once again. I like this gain 2 channel quite a lot. It's got a lot more bottom end to it, it's a lot thicker, a lot more just aggressive really. We'll stay on that same tone, but this time I've got the bass focus switch engaged on the back of the unit. This just cuts some of the bass and makes it a little bit tighter. The penultimate tone I'm going to set up here is a big, thick, saturated rhythm tone that this amp is really known for. That is definitely where the magic is for this amplifier, though I don't think anyone would be surprised by that. We're still not super noisy, there's a tiny bit of background noise, but definitely less than I would expect it for an amp that people call noisy. We can also boost this tone with the Guptec Mad Shoe, which is based on the 14 grind pedal. With the boost engaged, we're definitely getting that noise, so I'll also kick on the 14 Zool just to get rid of it. Finally, I do want to set this one up for pedals in a post-rocky kind of style using the Holy Island Audio Tides pedal. Let's now get on to a sort of first impressions, conclusion sort of thing for the Kraken Mark II. Overall, I'm really enjoying this amp so far, but I do think I am going to need to learn it quite a bit, especially things like the 2 different master volumes and the bass cut on the back. Hopefully I will be doing a full review of this amp quite soon. I would like to get some more full sounding low gain crunch tones out of the gain 1 channel in this especially, and I'd also like some brighter, sparklier clean tones. Both of those may be assisted with pedals once I've got my full pedal board set up. Either way though, thank you ever so much for checking the video out. If you do feel like hitting my affiliate links in the description box down below, it would be greatly appreciated. I will leave links to the Kraken Mark II on Toman as well as all of the other gear that I use. That's all for this video though, so until next time, I've been Kai.